Greetings, it is I, Andru the Bearded Lady from Hairy Game Lords, and for Zatu Games, I am going to review for you another one of the games that is in their top 20 chart of best-selling games on their website. It's a party game for 2 to 8 plus players. It's Codenames. Let's go see how we play it. Over to the table.
So here is everything you need to know about how to play Codenames. On the back of the rulebook you can see that there is a 2-player game variant and a 3-player game, but it's best played with 4 players or more. And so you've got effectively 2 teams. So what will happen is 2 people will one will be the blue team and one will be the red team. They will sit at this end of the table looking at this grid of 5 by 5 of the codename cards. Let's have a little closer look at these cards. As you can see, there's the bold print of the name for the code people, and then for the rest of the team or teams on their side there is the name again. Or you could just be really good at reading upside down. Now, there's loads and loads of these cards. As you can see, there's a stack, and there is probably another 2 stacks or so in the box. These cards are also double-sided. Very nice. So you really get your money's worth of game and replayability in a box. So the idea of the game is for one team, it's a race, for both teams to race to find all of their agents out in the field. And so the people sat at this end have access to where the locations are, or the hidden locations of each of their teams. So as you can see, there is some red lights around the outside of this card, which basically means that red are going to go first. They will have an additional agent to find. So this card here, which is the kind of double agent, is flipped over and given to the red team. And so red will start off, and the person who is sat this end of the table with this card needs to scan the board, as does the other team, the blue team, scan the board, locating everywhere where the reds are in terms of their cards. The blues are doing the same. Now, on this card, as you can see, there are reds, blues, and let's get it into frame, into focus rather. There are beige. The beige are innocent bystanders. Here she is. She's looking puzzled. This chap's basically just looking gormless. In fact, I've got a mate who looks like that most of the time. Anyway, so these are innocent bystanders. If somebody chooses the beige area, then the go finishes and it passes over to the next team. Also on there is a X. X does not mark treasure in this game. X is the assassin, and if the assassin is chosen, then it is game over for whatever side chose the assassin. The assassin is placed on to the location, and the other team instantly win. So what does it actually mean to get out agents? So as you can see, the red team has, let's have a look at this corner here. So you've got cook, chocolate and tablet. You've got gas down there. Now what the red team person needs to do is they need to say, and they can only say, one word. They have to say one word, and then they can say a number afterwards. Now, you could just go with, so let's have a look. We've got horse up there, and that's the red there. So the red team person could just say, they could say pony. And then hopefully their team would look around the board and they would then point to the location, and it's when they've pointed to the location, that is when the card is put on, and then this would happen there. So that card is covered up, if you can see it very well with the reflection on the from the light, but basically there you go. Oh, you can see the rest of my table. Marvellous. The red is on there, it's been covered up. Horse has been found as one of the agents. It would then cross over to the blue team, and the blue team could move along and say, there's a copper there, they could say money. And then maybe the blue team would go, yeah, I think it's copper. Good, yeah, that's right, excellente. Now, the difficulty is that when you may come up with a brilliant clue, but it might not help. There might be other things on the board. So, for instance, you can also link up your clues. So, let's see. Blue here have disease and undertaker. So what they could say is, they could say death. And then there's two of those. They could say death 2. Or death 1. So one of them is the go, and then there's another card out there. And so, hopefully then, the blues would say, well, Undertaker linked to a death, great. And disease, well, this is what the blue guy's hoping, disease linked to a death. But also out on there is angel, could be angel of death. And so if they were like, oh, we think it's angel, well, look at the card, angel is actually a bystander. And so the blue team would end their go there. Now, the blue team are aware that they have got one wrong, and that actually there is still one of theirs linked with death out on the board somewhere for them to find. They will have to come back to that another time. So linking up names or linking up words is really good, helps you get to all of your code names revealed. And also, you look amazing as well. So for me, reds, you've got cook, you've got chocolate, you've got gas. Well, you could say if you knew your team were into cooking, you could say Ban Marie, which is hyphenated, so it is one word. Ban Marie, which is the art of melting chocolate over boiling water. And so hopefully then people will be like, oh yeah, that's chocolate, sound. You cook it to make it melt, excellent, cook. And maybe over a gas hob, boom. Yes, mate. Only got 3 there, fantastic. Now a few little things to add. You can only say one word. You can't say a word that's already out on show. And you also cannot give anything away in your face. So when you're looking at where your things are, maybe it's good to, we sometimes house rule it where the rest of the team looks away whilst the 2 code people are looking at the board. And then when your team are going in for a choose, you cannot give anything away in your facial expression. You can't be like, ooh. You can't be doing that. You can't be making noises. Neither can you kind of like preempt your clue. You can't say, now this is quite a tricky one, or this person over here will know this because we like the same film. You can't say anything like that. I couldn't preempt my Ban Marie clue by saying, hey, this is for you cooking people out there. No, I just have to come straight in with the word, the clue. And basically that's it. The person or the team that gets all of their code names revealed is the winning team. Excellente. Let's go back and see what I thought to this game. Okay, so we have seen the kind of gist of how to play it. Hopefully it was clear for you. But here is a rule book for you that is really simple to read and to go through. Yes, there's not many pictures in it, but there's some there.
but there's all you need to know, basically, with some variants on the back for 2 and 3 players. Excellent. So, what do I think to this game? Well, obviously, it's in the top 20 for a reason. I love it. It's a brilliant, brilliant game. A great party game. A good thinky party game as well. Not just a kind of throw away your brain and have a good time, but this is a thinking one, and it's still a lot of fun. It's great to see how people's minds think when they think something connects and it actually doesn't. Or maybe they've said a word and not really looked at everything else. Maybe they've said a word that draws people straight away to that assassin card. And then there's an uproar about, well, why didn't you say this or why didn't you say that? A lot of fun. So I would fully recommend the game. It has loads of replayability in it. Those cards, there's so many of them, and you're just putting out a grid of 5x5 each time. So many different cards, and of course they're double-sided as well. The setup time and the set down time is really low. It's a brilliant gateway game as well, just to introduce people in. We often use it to introduce people into this whole kind of party game and modern board game hobby. And the reason why I don't have the box for Codenames is because actually there's another game as well called Codenames Pictures, and I've pushed everything into the same box to make some space in my shelfie. Pictures is just the same, except for, that's right, you've guessed it, it's pictures instead of words. Just to show you some of these pictures. Now the pictures are brilliant because there could be 2 things happening or more in each picture, and again, they're double-sided. So you've got flags there with all the different things on. You've got a little girl dressing up. You've got like a ladder on a cloud. Excellent. Or a gorilla or Sasquatch wearing a hat in silhouette. Again, all of these are only can have 1-word clues. You've got a snail with a crash helmet and a spoiler. Fantastic. And a kind of a life ring and a kind of dream catcher thing. So all of the pictures are have double meanings or multiple meanings to them. It's up to the person who's there saying it. And again, you get that whole kind of banter going back and forth, and you get that whole kind of almost argument of, why didn't you say this? This is a better word, this is a better word. Both games are brilliant games, and check out Zatu, obviously, for some brilliant prices. I fully recommend this game. It needs to be part of your party game collection, and people will keep on coming back to it over and over again. It's a lot of fun to play. A great one for any games night, especially a party night. Go and get it today from Zatu. Do it! Laters.